And that's what these two quarterbacks, 138, 134, will have to deal with today. The Buccaneers and the Jets, and we are underway. And Nansen will take it from about the 2. The rookie free agent in his first NFL game is doused at about the 18-yard line.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 79. After this is to the goal. First down.
Brent Qualley
has the ability to extend plays with his legs.
Safarian Jenkins, the tight end, was on the move. Powell will take it and get just past the 10-yard line. Active against Buffalo, but he's in there to begin things this afternoon. And Powell once again. Getting a block from Winters. There goes a flag. The tackle made by Ryan Smith. And 2 penalties against New York.
Holding. Offense, number 67. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
Falling right now. Elijah McGuire is in. Second down and 13. And right through the hands of receiver Jermaine Kearse. McGuire back there. And he'll get the handoff. And wrapped up as he crosses the 5. Glenn Edwards will punt for the New York Jets. And deep back is Bernard Reedy. Poor punt, as you can see. He gets a little bit of a New York roll, but he'll take it to about the 40-yard line. Jets had it 3 and punt. Martin in the backfield, 1st and 10 from the 41. Doug Martin gets the call. And he's wrapped up by a couple on the play, including Davis.
Honestly, the ball usually leaves his hands in under 2.5 seconds, but I'm curious to see how much the plan changes without Winston.
2nd and 3. Look at the avalanche of defenders right there, led by Josh Martin and others. They lose 2. They go back to the 46-yard line.
Sunday!
The running back is Sims. Here comes the rush. Hit once, hit twice, a 3rd time, and he spins away. And Brian Anger will punt. Pro Bowl alternate a season ago, the former Jacksonville Jaguar. And we're going to let this bounce into the end zone. Touchback to the 20-yard line, a 51-yard punt.
As I said before, you don't last this long if you're not a talented player and you're not a great teammate.
Powell in the backfield and on 1st and 10 for the 20. He'll weave his way and get out of traffic and take it down the sideline to the 40-yard line. Make it the 41, a 21-yard gallop. 5 yards a carry with the 1st and 10. Shell the block at the right tackle. There goes a flag. You saw the catch by Powell. And the
penalties continue to be a problem for the Jets.
Pass interference. Offense number 10. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Jermaine Kearse. 4 in the secondary for the Buccaneers. McGuire is in. 1st and 20. And McGuire got a block from Tomlinson. He's done a nice job. And it's 2nd down and 15 from the 36. McCown blocked by the fullback over the head of McGuire. Coverage on the play by Beckwith.
Completion percentage drops all the way down to 50%.
Hands from the extra receiver, 3rd and 15 into the nickel. McCown, and it looks like he's got his guy. He does. Lachlan Edwards is number 2 in the NFL. We're getting punts inside the 20. High long snap here. Reedy is back. And he'll get the fair catch at the 12. Hang time of 3-9.
So he's good at the Rubik's Cube, but can he find me a completion in a critical situation?
Yeah, that's what they're looking for right now on 1st and 10 after the Jets punt. Here's a run by Martin, and he picks up 3. He goes. Ryan Fitzpatrick with time, and then the maneuverability, and then short.
He has a history with and a comfort level with in the system.
Sims is in. Nickel secondary. 3rd and 7. Lofts one easily. Caught by Deshaun Jackson. He's terrific in the open field and brought down by Demario Davis. A catch and run.
The tallest quarterback, Kevin. He's got to be able to find throwing lanes inside that pass rush.
Martin is in on 1st and 10. Takes a run to the heart of that defense. Lee there to meet him along with others. 5 in the secondary for the Jets. Fitzpatrick. And that is grabbed and then coughed up on the play by Humphries. It's incomplete.
Foot injury, that should help.
Sims in the backfield, 3rd and 9. Fitzpatrick. And he swings one outside, caught by the tight end, Brate. Harvard quarterback has never completed a pass in the NFL. He said, I'm going to prove you wrong. Here's Martin on 1st and 10. And wrapped up as he got to the secondary. Davis got him.
To be the pass rush continues to be a work in progress with 7 of their 18 sacks coming last week against Buffalo.
2nd and 3, going deep and looking for Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson.
Claiborne had the foot injury, didn't play last week. He was a game-time decision. 3rd and 3, and Fitzpatrick's been good on 3rd downs today. He's got the completion to the 42. It was caught by Chris Godwin, who's a rookie out of Penn State. Gain of 7.
Jets have had their struggles rushing the passer.
So he's completed 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 9, and right there, 3rd and 3. There's a run outside by Martin on 1st and 10.
Got his pads over his knees. He always seems to be leaning forward at the end of runs.
2nd and 6. Here comes the blitz. And they go underneath for Jackson. We thought he might have a big day today. 12th play of this drive. It is a 1st and 10. And our first look today at Quiz Rogers. Oh, and the ball is loose, and you can see it going down.
I think he was down.
I think they blew him down at the 28. You're right.
Pretty good. That's a pretty alert play there by Jamal Adams.
I agree. The rookie. 2nd down and 6. There's a flag.
False start. Offensive tackle. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Great conversation with him last night at the team hotel. He's going to be back in a couple weeks, hopefully.
2nd down, 11. On the screws again. Jackson pushed out of bounds by May. Play.
Well, they keep shooting themselves in
They
the
sure
foot.
do, don't they? Well, that's why you've lost 5 straight and you got a record of 2 and 6, though, Rich. These are the things that
Sloppy.
False start.
Yeah.
Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Kevin.
Drive started back at the 12. And the run down to about the 15-yard line by Martin. He picks up a yard and Martin again, there's the hole, and he takes it into the secondary. Knocked down about the 11. Hit again by Marcus May, leading Godwin for 7.
He's resourceful. I mean, he just seems to understand football. Smart guy.
Sims out of the backfield. Look at Fitzpatrick dancing his way and incomplete. Patrick Murray, he was signed October 9th after they put Nick Folk on IR. A 29-yard field goal to get on the board, and it is through.
Some concepts that he's comfortable with in the system.
Murray kicking off to JoJo Natson. He'll let it fly over his head, and a touchback to the 25-yard line.
Well, there's no question about it, but the key for the Jets today, they've got to be able to run the ball effectively on the early downs.
Fake to McGuire, outside they go here for Curse, and then he is wrestled out of bounds.
So far this season, which is the fewest in the league.
McGuire in into the nickel. It's 2nd down and 5. Here comes Elijah McGuire. Oh, he's breaking tackles and takes it. Tomlinson, whose run blocking has been very significant. Powell out of the backfield, and they look for the shoulder this week, Otis, as you know, in practice, so you're right on that story. 2nd down and 10, and this goes to Elijah McGuire. Hit first, and that slowed him up, and the hit was by Levante David. He's always there, throws him for Powell is in. Down on 3rd and 12, swings the ball, and can he reel it in? They're trying Anderson, looking, and there it's finally picked up. It may have hit the dirt, and it did. It's
the ruling on the
incomplete.
field is an incomplete pass.
Count trying to hold him up in the hole.
Lachlan Edwards will punt for a 3rd consecutive time. Reedy is back there. Look at the hang time here. 4-7-5, back to the 6. And here comes Reedy. Oh, he finds some blocking. The punter to beat, and Edwards gets him. Well, the 3 first possessions of the game for the Jets. You can see their resume right there with a 44-yard punt return. It is 1st and 10 from midfield, and here comes Martin trying to burrow his way, and he gets to the 48-yard line this season. 2nd down and 9. Sims back there, and he's going to get the call. They're looking for some blocking, and they're going to get it from Great. And then the entourage coming in, led by Adams and others, and also hit by Lee. Here they come. And down he goes. Anger's got a bit of a breeze at his back. It's going about 10, 11 miles an hour here in Tampa this afternoon. They'll wave it off. Coming in 4 and 5. Buccaneers 2 and 6. McGuire in the backfield. McCown pressured. Going down, throws it away. Incomplete.
Holding. Offense number 67. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
That's right. He did it in week 2. Aggravated it last week. And it was like you said, game time today. 1st and 20. Powell tries to hurdle the defender. Gets just past the 10.
Can't ask anything more from your veteran quarterback.
Second and 19, 4 in the secondary, winding up, looking for Anderson, and it is picked off! Picked off on the play by Grimes. His second pick of the season, and takes it down to the New York Jet 31-yard line.
Go after the secondary, but Brent Grimes is their best cover corner. And he just simply overthrows Robbie Anderson. Well, the Bucs thrilled to have Grimes back after missing the last 2 weeks. See if the Bucs can take advantage of some great field position.
The Baldwin, and they go deep, and that's intercepted. Picked off on the play by Roberts.
They're out of position. Now freeze it. Look at this field. You've got all this field to work with. Throw the ball over here. He throws the ball behind the intended receiver, Godwin, and that's why that ball is intercepted. The ball behind the receiver.
Powell in the backfield, 1st and 10.
Boy, these pre-snap penalties.
Illegal formation on the offense as the tight end was covered. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Lawrence Thomas is the fullback. And Powell again stood up, and
I always say, Coach Cowher, every play in the kicking game is the most critical play in the game because it equals field position or points.
3rd and 5, McGuire in the backfield, incomplete. They were going for Seraphin Jenkins.
Ran it 41 times,
Yeah.
and it was a point of emphasis. So far, not so good for the Jets. Struggling on the early downs.
Edwards with the punt. And kind of a windy, humid day, about 80 degrees here in Tampa, back at the 32. This is Rudy. He had a return of 44. Big hits. There go the flags.
There is no foul for a face mask on the play. It will be 1st down, Tampa Bay. Timeout.
He got him right in the chest.
Yes, he sure
It's
did.
a good no call.
We have to look at 34-year-old Ryan Fitzpatrick. 1st and 10. Handoff here. Peyton Barber out of Auburn.
Recover from the Josh McCown interception a play or two earlier.
2nd down and 11. Boy, there was heavy pressure there by Leonard Williams, who went right at his old teammate.
It's the guy, he doesn't like football, he loves football, and he is frustrated right now with the fact that this team has lost 5 in a row.
Here comes Fitzpatrick, needs the 45 on 3rd and 11. Wrestled down, nice play once again by Jamal Adams. Boy, and here is another punting situation forced by New York's defense. Anger will punt, and Nats in his back.
He gets great hand catch.
He does indeed. He's always inside, but that one's going to go in the end zone.
This report was 3 and outs are demoralizing to an offense.
Here's Elijah McGuire on 1st and 10. Found.
It happens when you don't have great cover corners and you don't have pass rushers.
And they don't have any pass rush. 2nd and 12. That is caught downfield by Robbie Anderson. Powell was in. Here the 1st and 10, Bilal Powell. Ooh, wrapped up and devoured by Baker. 14 let go after the DUI. Suspended first 2 games of this season. 2nd and 10, across the dropped by Curse. The nickel is there. The pressure is on him, and it's caught across the middle by
Well, great
McGuire.
effort.
It sure was. I think he got the first, Rich, as he dives ahead. Powell was in. Tomlinson a good block at the tight end, and that overshoots the intended receiver. That was the tight end, Neil Sterling, who's only caught 1 pass all year. Play of the drive for the Jets, 2nd down and 10. McGuire, he got a block outside from Calvin Beecham.
It's the Jets.
Buccaneers have the worst 3rd down defense in the NFL. 3rd and 5, flag is down. There goes McCown. And he was wrapped up and brought down by Quan Alexander.
Offside. Defense number 51. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
50. Powell in the backfield. 1st and 10. And this is a jet sweep, as you can see, by Stewart.
We hear about him as a leader, and he's on full display right now.
He's a captain, you're right. 2nd down and 6. Ooh. Oh, look out! Coming through, unabated.
Will is down by contact.
Clark.
3rd down.
But you got to block up the front 4.
Nickel secondary, 3rd and 14. They need the 31. McCown, and he has his receiver. Nice sliding catch made right there by Anderson. 1st down, 25-yard line, a pickup of 20 on 3rd and 14. 3 timeouts. 1st and 10 to the end zone, and almost reeled in by Curse.
Like these bunch sets you see right here. Very difficult to get one-on-ones out of the bunch.
Blitz was on in the nickel. Here comes McGuire, and he takes it down. McCown. Oh, caught on the ricochet. Curse. Knocked away because it went off us.
He's not able to get his feet set. Chris Conte almost picks that off.
Bounced right there. We didn't see
in
it.
The back of the end zone.
We were blocked out from our perch, and
that was a force late down the middle. You can't do that, obviously, if you're Josh McCown.
Second down and 10. McGuire out of the backfield with the block, and then he runs, and look out from behind. Here comes Beckwith. Kendall Beckwith out of LSU, the rookie. Third and 18 here. McGuire, flag, and out of bounds about the 18-yard line, wrestled away by Ryan Smith.
Holding. Offense, number 88. 10-yard penalty. Remains third down.
With penalties,
Jenkins.
Been the Achilles heel of this defense.
Powell is in. Third and 28. Wrapped up with a nice Levante David tackle. 47-yard try to get on the board and tie the game. Down 0.
Right down the middle.
And he will get it. The Jets kick off and our second half is underway. And they'll leave it in the end zone. Thank you very much. It's a first and 10. Fitzpatrick at his own 25. The fake and the throw. Caught by Godwin. Brought down by Buster Screen. It's a 16-yard pickup. Green is in and Roberts in. Out is Claiborne. He's aggravated that foot injury, which was a game-time decision just today. First and 10. Nice catch. 2 and 6. They're trying to dig out of a hole. 5 consecutive losses. First and 10. Here's the run by Doug Martin. Issue that he's been dealing with a good part of the season. Second down and 10 for Fitzpatrick, and throws it at the feet. Charles Sims is in. Third down and 10. Nickel secondary. Good block by that tackle Dotson. And that is grabbed by Deshaun Jackson.
Opens up things for Deshaun Jackson.
Here's a first and 10 run by Martin. Making a couple tackles. Roberts couldn't bring him down. Holding on for dear life is Marcus May. A flag has been thrown.
Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Quiz Rogers back there is a running back. Here's a little pass caught by Adam Humphries out of Clemson. Second down, 16. The secondary again. Here comes Rogers trying to dance his way free. Then he's brought down by Freddie Bishop on a gain of 3.
How much leadership, how much toughness, how much resolve do they have to finish strong and make this thing interesting?
Jack Nickel. And that is a 3rd and 13 incompletion. Patrick Murray's going to try a 49-yard field goal. And that is good, and Tampa Bay takes a lead. 9-yard field goal. He had a 29-yarder earlier on. And the ensuing kickoff will drive JoJo Natson to a knee at the 25. We go with a air circuits from the 25, first and 10. Down outside quickly. He's got Robbie Anderson, who's lassoed out there by Ryan Smith. McGuire is in. If you're joining us late, Matt Forte was ruled inactive. Second down and 3. And that one whistles over the head of their receiver across the way with the hit by Levante David. Third and 3 here with McGuire in the game as a back and into the nickel. There's the pressure, there's the pass, and the drop. A small breeze, about 80 degrees here in Tampa this afternoon. Oof is right. Look at this.
We saw one of them last week, didn't we? Down in Nashville?
Just had a punt by the Jets. Second possession here in the second half by Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Martin in the backfield, first and 10 outside. There's Jackson drilled on the play, hit by Buster Screen, and there goes a flag.
19 penalties, which is the most. The Screens.
Now, unnecessary roughness, number 41, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
He said,
yeah, Mac to 38. Coming to you, Matt. Oh, Sam. Okay.
Coming to you, Matt. Tell me who they're going to block.
Martin in the backfield, it is a first and 10. Here comes Doug Martin, cutting outside.
Clearly, it helps to find the coverage.
Quick release. Ely. Grade has been quiet. The tight end, who they go to quite a bit. Into the nickel. Blocked by Dotson at the right tackle. Knocked away. They were looking for Godwin.
That's Winston and Mike Evans.
Anger will punt. JoJo Natson, activated off the practice squad yesterday afternoon by the Jets, is back. And he's got the fair catch at about the 8.
3 and outs. I mean, that's ugly.
Powell's in, 1st and 10. Slips by one, slips by another. And
Doesn't have a single catch. You got to get him the ball.
McGuire here. The lateral run. Safarian Jenkins with a block. And then the tackle was made by Justin Evans among a couple. And that's Hanson in motion. McCown, Powell, nothing. Hit by a couple, including McCoy. Edwards. Real punt.
Sometimes when you're struggling on offense, a big return, a big play in the kicking game can get you going.
Bernard Reedy bobbling it and reels it in. And be the starting quarterback for the Jets, and McCowney's be the starting quarterback for the Bucs. And here on 1st and 10, it's Doug Martin stutter stepping into the
Gus Farrat.
Buster Screen, by the way, is back in the game. 2nd down and 10. He left earlier on with a bit of an injury. And here comes Fitzpatrick. A little bit too much juice on that for the tight end. Great. Drive almost have a child for each team he's played on.
10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and I think 8 months.
They got 6. He's played for 17. That's rejected at the line, deflected by Davis.
Too much time on the field. I've been in the situation where they yell at you as you come off the field.
Anger to punt. Showing some anger. Natson from the 32, and a beautiful special teams tackle right there by Josh Robinson. Women fighting for our freedom. 1st down and 10. McCown. And he's got his receiver. That's Jermaine Kearse, who came in that Sheldon Richardson trade early in 9 total points. Powell in the backfield. 1st and 10 outside. Kearse. And the coverage on the play.
Where are you down, Otis?
Offset eye, Powell and Thomas. 2nd down, 7. Nothing.
Playing overly aggressive on the backside of runs.
Powell is in, 3rd and 10. 5 in the secondary. Powell is out. He gets the sidearm throw from McCown, gets to midfield and shy of the 1st down. Oh, the ball's loose and picked up by Davis.
He's down, I think.
Going on the field. It's down by contact.
Forced fumble. Look at that.
That ball came out.
I agree.
That ball's on the ground. They're going to review this for sure.
Yeah.
That is a fumble. His face right on the football.
Tampa Bay is challenging the ruling on the field of down by contact. We will review the play. After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field has been changed. It was a fumble with recovery by Tampa Bay. We will put the ball on Tampa Bay's 49-yard line where it will be 1st down. Tampa Bay has a successful challenge and is not charged a timeout. 1st down.
1 touchdown in the last 10 quarters. They have to find a way to take advantage of this turnover.
1st and 10 with the fake handoff right there to Barber. And he's got his receiver. Oh, and trying to stay in. Walking the tightrope is Chris Godwin. It's Barber. And then just devoured by Steve McClendon, the former Pittsburgh Steeler.
On Kaiser, Kevin. I know he's in a tough spot, but the kid, he's got a chance.
2nd 11. Barber, the running back, with a block. They go downfield. The coverage on the play by Roberts.
The defender down around the line of scrimmage, and they like to bring him.
Jamal Adams. He rushes the quarterback more than anybody. Here's Screen on the other side. Fitzpatrick gets away. Flag has been thrown, and that was picked off on the play by May.
Prior to the pass, illegal contact, number 26, defense. 5-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
And Tampa, that was on 3rd and 11. 4 in the secondary for the Jets, 1st and 10. Sims a block. Oh! Jackson just about had it, and so too did Darrell Roberts. The Patriots last year picked up by the Jets, 3rd and 11. Punts in the block at the right tackle. That was thrown with some authority, but shy of the 1st. Jackson's got it. Robert Murray, who is a kicker at Fordham, will try a 37-yarder. That's perfect, and it's 9-3, the Buccaneers.
Challenge this group to come out and play better here today against the Jets.
They have. Natson will take this from the 2. Activated yesterday, and he is brought down with the tackle made by Peyton Barber. Powell in the backfield with the fullback, Thomas, 1st and 10. Thomas, a converted defensive lineman, now playing fullback. Oh, they get around Beecham. And down he goes. Hit on the play, Darrell Tapp. It's week 6. First play, fourth quarter, second down, 16. And Elijah McGuire. Rodgers.
Third down's a tough down, but
McCown moves up, and he gets the pass away. It's caught by Chad Hansen. Edwards. Bernard Reedy is back and waving it off.
the lack of execution from the Bucs and the Jets.
Martin in the backfield from the 19, wrapped up and taken down by Josh Martin. He put it. Second down, 14. Inside here, caught by Albert. Look at him spinning, corkscrew his way. Finally brought down by Martin, among others, along with Adams.
You got to be able to double him. That's where Fitzpatrick wants to go with the football.
Quick slant right here, looking for the running back. First and 10. Martin will go out from the backfield, winding up. His receiver got staggered and caught up and incomplete, looking for Jackson. I like what you've been saying about his footwork in terms of describing
Sloppy.
the problems. Yeah, second down and 10. Short, incomplete.
Willing to sit in there and take a hit.
Sims in, third and 10. On the move and an incomplete pass. There goes a flag.
Pass interference.
Earl Roberts.
Defense, number 27. By rule, the ball's placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
He knocks him off the ball.
First and 10 from the 44. This is Doug Martin. Flag. Well, a lot of them. He was hit.
Apparent when you watch it on the replay.
They're starting right
Holding.
guard.
He's right
Number
there.
73
Watch right
offense.
here. He's just going to turn
10-yard
and grab.
penalty. First down.
The linebacker running through there to make the stop.
46 of the Jets. Rodgers wrapped up. Freddie Bishop. 2015, 31 touchdown passes. And that is incomplete for Godwin.
Sure, both are disappointed.
Nickel on third and 15. Here comes Sims. Blockers ahead. There he goes. Big block by Evan Smith. Brought down in the secondary by May. Trick Smith, who's now just Evan Smith, comes from Green Bay. Martin in the backfield. First and 10. Trying to burrow his way, then met by McClendon. Second down and 10. Coming again. Where they dump it off. It's caught by Humphries.
From all season, the Jets.
Martin first and 10 pitch. Blockers. And wrapped up by Freddie Bishop. He was right there. The drive is over 5 minutes. Second down and 5. Good run right there. Martin trying to hurdle. Screen got him down to the 14. Pickup of 8. 13th play of the drive. It is Martin. And then he was initially grabbed by Roberts, hit by Lee. Tied for the most in the NFL. Trying for one here, but the Buccaneers look to have the momentum. Second down and 6. Martin, tight end block.
Fitzpatrick, and by the way, looks like he's single covered up the top. Throw him the football.
Third and a short 3. Sims, the running back. He's got the ball on a touchdown. Charles Sims, first touchdown of the season.
And he's got his eyes in the backfield, and he simply allows the back to get by him in the secondary. What the card says.
Rodgers is in. Fitzpatrick looking. Running.
Ooh.
He did not get it.
Just short. A lot here with just a little over 6 minutes to go. And they're going to need some help from their defense as well to get the ball back quickly. And that's indecision. That's terrible.
JoJo Natson, well, he was brought down that time by Freddie Martino.
Your rhythm, it helps, Kevin, to go no huddle. It helps to be kind of in a 2-minute mode.
McGuire was back there and throwing it away. The quarterback, McCown.
Trying to throw a screen on first and 10. 194 rushing yards today. It's been awful.
Second and 10 underneath. Safarian Jenkins makes the grab.
Punt the ball here.
A lot of work to do in 5.5 minutes. We're down by 12. Third and 6. Nice catches made. Chad Hansen, who's made his first NFL catches today, the rookie out of Cal and a 4th-round pick. Effective in the run game as he is in receiving, so they miss him today too with the knee issue. 1st and 10. That's caught 32-yard line.
Get up, get up.
Safarian Jenkins.
Hustle.
Powell was in. Down goes McCown. 2nd and 19. They need the 42. Safarian Jenkins again, wrestled down by Ward. 3rd down and 11. Powell will go out of the backfield. McCown gets caught up once again. And another sack. That's the 5th, and here is McCoy. Gerald McCoy throws him back to the 25-yard line.
How deep that secondary is for the Buccaneers. They're not even on the screen.
6 back there, McCown. And he got Safarian Jenkins with a big-time play, and he continues to rumble. Got out of bounds, too, at the 47-yard line, 46-yard line of Tampa. 1st and 10. McGuire in the backfield. And McCown has got his receiver, the rookie Chad Hansen, with another catch.
Not only this Bucs defense, that's the opponent's also that time clock.
1st and 10 outside. And that is caught by receiver Ardarius Stewart, down in 10. With McGowan deflected at the line. Safarian Jenkins back in there. Outside here, McGuire. And on the play by Levante David. 4th and 6. They need the 19 of the Bucs. McCown going deep to the end zone, and it was caught by Anderson. Was he on the chalk? He was. Coverage by Grimes.
Even if Grimes doesn't make the play, he's going to run out of real estate. There's no chance.
Playing against those opponents, you can see that teams he had played for previously. He had gone 1-8. And a run here, Martin. Jets have 1 timeout, 2nd down and 8. Martin will pick and poke his way until he is met head on by Roberts. Forte did not play today. He was very good against Buffalo. It's 3rd and 5. It's Sims, and he was belted by Roberts, then finished off right there by linebacker Freddie Bishop. In the 20-point win. Jets lead the all-time series 10-1, but very infrequent foes. Here is the punt by Brian Anger, which will go out of bounds.
There's nothing worse than heading into your bye week after a disappointing road loss, and then they've got a tough schedule the rest of the way.
1st and 10. McGuire was in the backfield from McCown, and then he is devoured. Hit there by a pretty good defensive lineman, and Clinton McDonald, who had a deflection on the last series, has a sack right there. And 17, they come in bunches, you're right. Josh McCown, that's over the head of his rookie, Chad Hansen.
Seemed like the Buccaneers at practice on Friday were down. They were discouraged, and just wasn't a lot of energy, and yet they come out and
underneath 3rd and 17, they go to McGuire. He's hit by Quan Alexander. He's out to the 31, gain of 8.
Excuse me, Kim. This is the best the Buccaneers have played defensively all season.
Low contact, number 90 defense.
Baker.
15-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
They deal with the guy's legs. 1st and 10 from the 45. No timeouts for the Jets. Underneath and 4-man rush. McCown down the middle. Safarian Jenkins again. All of his catches are the ones that have mattered with big yardage. Have come here late in the game. 16-yard pickup. 16-yard gain right there. 1st and 10. McCown winding up and going deep. And looking for Anderson. He got the ball! Robbie Anderson has caught a touchdown pass in 4 consecutive games.
Right by you in the secondary. You know what's coming. They've got nothing else they can do at this point in the game than take shots down the field. Brent Grimes, the veteran, should know better.
Over 500 yards receiving for the season, with the extra point here by Catanzaro. And that is good. No timeouts for the Jets. 28 seconds to go.
Catanzaro does this time, Kevin, and he comes back to something different. Yep. That's too easy.
Well caught. Buccaneers have it. No timeouts for the Jets. And that was caught by Godwin. Week 6. They go to a knee, the victory formation. The Jets will go to 4-6. The Buccaneers end a 5-game losing streak. They go to 3-6. Final score 15-10. Buccaneers beat the Jets. So for Rich Gannon, Otis Livingston, Kevin Harlan saying so long from Tampa. State Farm postgame show coming up. Let's right now go live to James Brown in New York.